The movement system in Titanfall 2 is unmatched in the first-person shooter genre. With the debatable exception of Mirror's Edge, there's no other game that boasts a system that grants such a high level of freedom and control over where your character can go and how they get there. Because players have so much control over how they move, whether you're playing as a precision marksman or an agile close-quarters specialist, you'll need to learn the game's systems. Titanfall 2 currently features 7 pilot tactical abilities. 2 of those tacticals, Grapple and Stim, directly influence your ability to move about the battlefield, and today, we're going to talk about both. In my experience, Grapple is a great way to increase your pilot's average movement speed while also allowing you to traverse terrain in different ways. Stim is a much simpler tactical ability. It heals you and grants you a large burst of speed without granting you any new movement options. Although it's a simpler ability in concept, if you're not adept at chaining movements together quickly, you'll bump your head on something and waste precious seconds of speed, negating the main effects of this ability. When you're using the grapple ability, you won't be spinning any webs, but you will be swinging around like Spider-Man, and that fact is important. Your grappling hook simultaneously pulls and carries your pilot's momentum, which means you can use it to scale tall buildings in a single bound, or you can swing around them. Swinging with the grappling hook can be tricky, but it's done simply by looking away from the object you're grappled onto. It's not always easy to make efficient use of swinging, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do some impressive moves on the most difficult to traverse maps. I see this all the time, and I've been guilty of doing it myself, but when you use the grapple tactical ability, try not to splat yourself onto walls. You can avoid awkward bangs by using a maneuver I like to call the catapult. When you attach to a distant object, sometime before you crash face first into a wall like Wile E. Coyote, activate your double jump, detach the hook, and launch yourself to new heights. Remember, the grapple is supposed to help make your movements more fluid and unpredictable. Try as hard as you can to avoid hitting your head or worse, clambering over a ledge. Keeping your movements seamless and unconventional will give you an advantage over other pilots. Similar to phase shift, Stim is a great escape tactic. Reloading your weapon in the middle of a firefight? Stim. Can't afford the bill at a restaurant? Stim. The cops nearby, you got some weed in your pocket and you can't remember if it's legal in your state? Stim. Stim is an incredibly efficient tool for running away, but just like phase shift, if you're only using it to run for the hills, you're not making full use of this ability. It's a great way to close the distance on a sniper sitting behind an amped wall, or even just to catch unsuspecting pilots off guard in a tense one-on-one encounter. It's already hard enough to hit a fast-moving pilot. Hitting a stimming pilot is near impossible, especially if your aim is subpar like mine. The Stim is a straightforward tactical ability, but just like the grappling hook, it has a high skill ceiling. Your ability to manipulate the game's movement system efficiently directly affects how much potential you get out of Stim. The better you are at chaining together wall runs, bunny hops, air strafes, and of course, fliggle-floggles, the more devastating you'll become. One last thing to note about Stim, the healing effect provided by this ability is not instantaneous, but it is a big step up over the default rate that your pilot heals himself. You're not going to be able to tank through multiple shots from an enemy pilot, but activating Stim will increase your chances of surviving if you're moving at top speeds. Grapple and Stim are both useful for stealing Titan batteries. When paired with the low-profile tactical ability, Stim almost guarantees a safe escape after getting your 5-finger discount. On the other hand, Grapple comes with more risks, but you'll get points for style as you swing away from Goliath with his battery in tow. So there you go. Grapple and Stim are 2 simple tactical abilities that have very high skill ceilings. When you first pick them up, you'll be able to do fairly well, but the longer you play with them, the better you'll get and the more amazing things you'll be doing match after match. Before we close out, I want to give another shout out to Prometheus1464 for helping out with this video. If you'd like to play with me in Titanfall 2, you can join my network on the PC. It is called iBluairJgR. As always, the name of the game is Titanfall 2. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.